think the recording has started. Hello, all. My name is Shiv Prasad Kotagal, and I'm with tablamasters.com. And we have here Usha Mudriji, who is herself a software professional, and uh, her daughter attended school with us, Tabla school with us, and underwent training. And she's now joined a very reputed college, and she's off to the races in that sense. Is that right? Congratulations, Sushaji, and uh, uh, welcome to this interview.
Thank you, Shivji. Thank you very much for all your best wishes. And Sumedha is very happy. Hello, all. My name is Usha Mutri. Um, and Sumedha, my daughter, she's a senior in high school now, and she just got all the college applications, admissions coming in. So she started tabla in seventh grade, and she's been pursuing it since 2016, I believe. And we started off because it was actually my husband's idea to start tabla. We were going to Chinmaya Mission Alpharetta, and we saw the flyer from Shivji and the family. And we took the flyer, and my mother-in-law had actually learned tabla when she was younger. And that was something that stuck with us. And when we saw the flyer, we were like, I think Sumedha should just try it out. She was already musically inclined. She's been learning violin since fourth grade. So we knew that she was musically inclined. She could pick up the music notes pretty good. So we thought, why not let's try a traditional Indian instrument also. So she started learning tabla. Initially, we were not sure how she would take it, but she really liked the class, and more importantly, she liked the teacher very much. And my daughter is a kind of person who, if she likes the teacher, she sticks around with the task. So we were very happy. And she's been consistently learning since 2016, so about 6 years now. So yeah, we are very happy about how she's progressing with tabla.
Fantastic. Thanks, Ushaji, for sharing your thoughts about it, and also thanks for the compliments from Sumedha. So yeah, it's been a great experience, and some it is a plus that being a girl, she shows sometimes there's a bias involved. So sometimes my daughter who's learning, she's like, is this a boy instrument, should I learn this? And all but I'm impressed that Sumita's grandmother also learned it, so it's a
Yes,
great so that's it's
and you're absolutely right. It's we see very few girls in it, and
right.
that's one of the first things that Sumedha noticed when she started the classes. Is she knew my mother-in-law learned it, but she didn't know all this background about not many girls actually go into tabla.
Mm.
And when she started the classes, she did realize that. And actually, that was one of the reasons why she wants to. Actually, she started it last year over summer. Is she wants to hold these webinars for girls, encourage them more to join tabla. Because it's at the end of the day, it's just whatever hard work you put in, you're going to get out of it. So it doesn't have to be a gender biased, but yeah.
Correct, yeah. It's all acquired skills, and there's no as you said, there's no holds for anybody to learn. So uh, so from across all that years that she learned, what how I'm impressed that she continued, and she gave so many certification levels. She's created four levels of certification. So what did you see her journey was like? Did she the how did she did at some did she get frustrated at point of time, or what was her thoughts during the entire journey?
Yes, definitely. The journey has been really interesting for her, for sure.
Okay.
I think just to start off with, one of her main blocks was because we don't speak Hindi at home, and tabla actually has a lot of Hindi words in it, and she had to learn a lot of the concepts of tabla and the words and the names of all the tals. And yes, so that was the initial challenge for her. But once she got a hang of it, she understood, okay, how does she need to learn all these tals, how to remember. That was good. And there was definitely a lot of frustrating points. Actually, if you remember, we started off all these courses by asking them to create videos and send it to you every week as homework.
Correct.
Um, so she had to spend some time in middle school. She was pretty good about it. She got some time figured out, a few days a week, and she was able to submit all those. And once high school started, it was kind of difficult to make time for it every week. But she continued with it. She somehow hung on to whatever little strings she could to keep the classes going. Um, the definitely the motivating factor, I would say, are those certification exams.
Got it.
uh, because their students, they have been geared towards learning to take and master the exams. So I think the certification exams definitely helped her get through all these classes and learning the concepts.
That's that's great. That's great. And I remember when I was growing up, the same tribulations I used to go through. I used to go to the tabla class, and then I used to get so busy with school. I used to excuse myself for some time and then go back. So this went on for even during my engineering. I had to do the same thing, but I'm glad she persevered, and she got to now. I think she's at a point where wherever she is, she will understand what tabla is, and what are the concepts behind the compositions, or we went through cycles of them trying to create compositions on their own, some of it. So they
Right.
understand the background of it and the fundamentals of it. So I'm really glad she pursued. So, and I'm glad you mentioned about the certification exams also, and what importance it holds, because sometimes it uh, as a school, right, we feel, are we burdening the students who already have a big workload in high school and middle school? Is it kind of too much for them to handle? But I'm glad that it is a motivation, and though it is difficult, it's kind of achievable. Is that your perspective too?
Definitely, yeah. And the
Okay,
timing of the examination will definitely matter to these
got it,
students.
got it.
If I remember correctly, most of these were in November time frame,
Correct.
uh, which is pretty okay. It's not a very high stress period for high schoolers, so it was November worked out okay.
Got it. Got it.
That's kind of a gratifying result for them to see their certification exams taken and to get the results.
Got it.
Just show them what level they are at. So that's a very good way to progress in their tabla classes.
Awesome, awesome. How was your experience with the recitals? Did Sumedha enjoy the recitals?
Yes, for sure. Yeah. I mean, she would love to do more recitals, and she was looking forward to whatever recitals we did. I think the
Okay.
first one was really a good experience for her. I remember, I think the second or the third one, she had her AP exams, so
Right.
she could
Right.
focus a lot. So that's another thing is when we do the recitals, we have to, with
Correct.
this, we have to make sure we pick the right time.
Balance
Well,
of the.
yeah, the
Yes. Yes.
schoolwork and this, but the recitals are something she looks forward to.
That's awesome. And what do you think about the college applications? And did I know that Sumedha featured her tabla as one of her extracurricular activities in her all round profile portfolio. So did do you think that helped? Or
I it immensely helped actually. I did. I do think that. So she listed tabla as one of her major extracurriculars. That's because she just spent a lot of time
a lot of
practicing
time? Yeah.
apart from her schoolwork and whatever volunteering she did, one of her major extracurriculars was tabla. So she listed it as one of her majors, and it's a unique talent for kids, a unique activity. So I think it really helped a lot.
Absolutely. Fantastic. I'm glad. that you were able to feature it and present it in a right way to get some return on the time that you had invested in over the years. So that's awesome. That's incredible. And has do you know what Sumedha has been feeling about the online stuff? Is her experience positive, or does she think that we lost a big chunk of time because of losing the in-person classes, or was it how was her experience?
Yeah. So, as with any online class, right? So there are always pluses and minuses, and I'm pretty sure the pluses is balance out in this case. Is even though it's online, you were able to give individual attention, and these are unprecedented times to say the cliche. But yeah, so we are glad you were still able to continue the classes. Um, Especially with an instrumental like tabla, I feel it would be better face to face for sure. But I don't think we lost a whole lot by not being face to face for the past year. I'm glad we are still able to continue online, and especially with the tabla masters and all the videos you have been posting, and all the like, now we don't have to, we used to scan scan all your lessons, but now it's all readily available. So
Correct, correct.
especially with that side of online training, it has really helped. And she was also able to get that extra 1 hour commute time to focus on
Yes,
that. Was
yes,
very helpful. It's, I would still say it's mainly because a instrument like tabla, or any instrument for that matter, even in school, like they do the orchestra classes online, sure, but it's not the same as having the teacher right in front of you correcting all your finger movements and all that. So
correct.
that's the only thing the students might be missing, but
Right.
otherwise the online classes have been really great.
Great, fantastic. Great. I'm glad everything has been working out. And yeah, it was a challenge for us in the beginning as well when we started switch to the online, purely online format. It was a challenge, and then we figured out it had to be, we had to have some content over to the kids to be able to look at it at a later point, so that there's not no, there's no loss of uh, uh, information while conveying it to them, especially on Zoom calls. It's sometimes really difficult to be able to transmit all this.
Yeah.
So who do you think can benefit by learning tabla, and or coming to tabla masters?
Oh my god. That's a wide open question. Anybody with interest. And just talking from my daughter's personal experience, it has helped her, first of all, not only have a good extra activity for herself, she also enjoyed it, and she can relate to a lot of like music now. When she hears, she knows what tals there are, or where they're coming from. um, so, and also she formed some good friendships and she got
Yes,
good exposure to Indian culture. So all this combined together, it has helped my daughter a lot. But who can benefit from it? I believe everybody, especially students, if they start from a very young age and
right.
build their certifications as well as their knowledge over time. I think it will really help them in future.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's a great perspective, and I feel really happy, that she Sumedha is now in a position to understand, the fundamentals of Indian classical music wherever she is. She'll be able to enjoy, even if she hasn't heard a genre of Indian classical. Whenever she listens to it, I think she can relate to it, and she'll be able to enjoy it anytime in her life. So that's really good. And one last question: what how would you recommend tablamasters.com to people? How what and why?
Yes. Oh, definitely. And definitely, I would definitely recommend these classes. Tablamasters.com, especially once you started putting those videos and lessons out and asking students to submit them all by themselves. I think that's a great learning process. They're used to online classes by now, and this has really put it all together. Like in school they're taking online classes, now here they're taking online classes. They always have a reference point, they can always go back and refer to it. They don't say, I lost my lesson or whatever. And especially the videos that we were exchanging through WhatsApp are all
Right.
now they can go
Correct.
and look at it. So it has definitely helped. The lessons have helped. And like I said, the whole experience with your classes has been really great for her. Um, because you were so accommodating. Even though she was going through high schools, college applications, pretty much all through the steps, uh, she felt, you were very accommodating and could pace it according to how
Right.
she's going through the pressure she's going through. So overall, it has been a great experience.
Fantastic. I'm really glad it worked out. And again, congratulations to Sumedha and you all for getting into such a reputed school like Georgia Tech.
Thank you.
We're really really happy about it, and all the best.
Thank you very much.